Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get right into today's video. Before we jump in, I do want to give a big thank you to Novo Ovo for sponsoring today's video and also sending over their brand new toenail tips for me to try. So these are what I'm going to be using in today's video. I'm going to show my natural nail prep for my toenails and then also the application process on how to apply these toenail tips. These are some full cover toenail tips. They are also pre-designed and pre-colored. So let's open these up and have a look. I am so excited because this is a part of their new collection. So it's like a new base color and it is gorgeous. So the first thing we have in here, of course, is the tip number stickers, like in all of their nail tips. And then look at these beautiful toenail tips. Oh my goodness. I'm going to pull out the largest size, which is size 0. And let's just have a look. Look at this color. It also has some glitter. I hope the camera's picking that up. Oh my goodness, I think it is so pretty. It's like the perfect like silver fine glitter. Gorgeous. I love that. It's just like an extra little added pop to the color, like the nail bed color. And then we also have this beautiful pre-French tip design. I am obsessed. As you guys know, I love applying pre-colored and pre-French design toenail tips to my toenails. It is so quick, so easy, and they always turn out absolutely beautiful. So I have used Novo Ovo toenail tips in the past and I love them. They have always held up for me very well. And this is just like a new style. Like I mentioned, the pre-coloring, you are going to want to pick these up. Like just look at how gorgeous. It's the perfect like berry hot pink color, and then also that super fine glitter, and then look at that perfect French. These are also the perfect square shape, and they're also pointed, but you can definitely take a file if you don't like your sharp and crisp. You can round it out for sure. And then these also, for me, they are the perfect length. I don't like anything super long on my toenails, and these are really great for me. And if I don't like how long they ever are, I will just take a hand file and easily file them down. So they are not super long, which I really do like. I love the shape. They are so pretty. These are also really good quality too. Now I will say they are not the thickest toenail tips. I have tried thicker toenail tips, but these still last really good for me. You can see the free edge. Let me pop this tab off here. The free edge, like I said, it isn't the thickest. These are definitely quite bendable, but like I was saying, they are not that long and they pretty much do cover my entire natural toenail. So with that being said, these don't need to be super thick. The cuticle area, it is a lot thinner than the free edge and more bendable. I mean, the whole nail tip is bendable, it's flexible, but like I was saying, these do cover my full natural toenail. So really the thickness doesn't really matter there. And then also with these being pre-colored and having that French tip design, I will also go in with a strengthening gel before my top coat just to add an extra layer of like gel and strength to the nail tip and also to help protect the French tip. So these, the largest size is size 0 and then the smallest size looks to be like a 14. So a total of 15 sizes. So this would be for the big toe and then for like the teeny tiny little toe. So yes, there is a big size difference and a good size variety in here too. These pre-colored pre-French tip design toenail tips are available to purchase now. You can get them from the Amazon Novo Ovo store or also on the Novo Ovo website. I will have them linked down below in the description box, but I want to get right in here and start applying these. And first things first, I'm going to show my natural toenail prep. It is the exact same as if I was applying full cover nail tips to my fingernails. I do the same exact method and I just use my favorite system, the Daily Charm 3-step system. It's the best system in my opinion. And when I use it, I really get the longevity and the longest wear. For toenails, I'm not always doing my toenails, so I do try to leave them on as long as possible. My previous set I did remove because I wanted to apply these new ones, and I'm really excited for these. So let's jump right in. We'll start off with the toenail prep, and then we'll also get these sized out and start the application. I do want to clip down the length completely, so I'm gonna go ahead and take some nail clippers and go ahead and do that. So now that I have the length clipped down, I need to go ahead and clean up my toenails. So I'm going to take this cuticle pusher here, and I am going to use this end to push back my cuticle, and then also this end to just help scrape up any of the dead cuticle on the natural nail plate. I do have a lot of cuticle growth, so I do want to go in a little bit further, and I'm going to take this cuticle bit and my e-file and just go around the cuticle to help, again, just remove the dead cuticle from my natural nail plate. Next, I am going to go in with a sanding band, again with my e-file, and I'm going to remove the shine from my natural nails. To remove the nail dust, I'm going to take a stiff dust brush and also a little bit of rubbing alcohol and just brush away all of the nail dust. The rubbing alcohol is also going to help dehydrate my natural nails. My toenails are already looking a lot better, and we don't even have the toenail tips on yet. So I'm now going to go in with my prepping liquids, starting off with my nail dehydrator. I'm going to go in with a layer of this to all of the nails. Next, I'm going to go in with my primer, and I'm going to apply 2 coats of this. I just feel like it does give a better adhesion. So going in with the first coat to all of the nails, letting that air dry, and then I will just go again back in and go in with a second coat. For my gel base coat, I am going to be using a 5-in-1 strengthening gel. I just prefer to do this, but you can use any base coat. I'm going to apply this to my natural toenails, and then I will cure. So now that I have my natural toenails prepped and I did my full prep routine, we are ready to get these sized out. Now I will say I do this step a little bit backwards, and that's just because of like filming. I don't know, just something about it. I always seem to prep first and then size out my nails. But if you prefer to size out and then prep, that is absolutely fine. It really just whatever flows and whatever works for you. But I am going to get these sized out for my toenails and then place them here on my palette. And then we are going to also prep these because the underside, even though it is matte, it doesn't have like that pre-etching. So I am going to etch and then also chemically etch. But first, let's get these sized out and place them here on my palette. So I have all of the toenail tips sized out, and I will say the big toenails, you get a really good size variety here of like super large ones and then more of like medium sized. For my toenail, I am a size 4, so I mean, you get a good amount of sizes. So if you have a much larger big toe, then I would say these would work for you, even if you have such a large big toe, because this size 0, this one is really big compared to like the size 4, and I'm the size 4. So you do have a lot of size range there. So like I was saying, if you do have a larger toenail. So now we are going to prep these nails because like I said, they do have a matted surface, but they are not pre-etched, or they do not have any etching on the underside. And I always like to do this with full cover nail tips. It's just a personal preference. You do not necessarily need to do it, but I feel like if I skip this step, the toenails are just going to pop off. So if you are struggling with your toenails popping off or lifting and you don't do this step, I would recommend it. I also like to personally go in and etch and also chemically etch. So to etch, what I'm going to do is take my e-file with a sanding band and just go in and just like file the inside to get like that buffed or etched surface. Now that I've went in with my sanding band and e-file, I'm gonna take a dust brush to remove the nail dust. Oh no, I was trying not to have that happen, but it's okay. Hopefully it doesn't happen on any of these little nails, because I feel like for the little nails, that little tab really does help. But for the big toenail, since it is larger, it's easier to hold. So just going in here, removing all that nail dust, and then I'm also, like I said, going to chemically etch. So I'm going to take my primer, and what I'm going to do is just like scrub it onto the nail like this, and just kind of scrub for a couple of seconds here. And then once that dries, it will have a very nice primed surface, and then also it will be very etched. And this just really gives me the longevity when I do full cover nail tips. For me, this just really, really helps. So now I have my toenail tips all prepped. My natural nails are prepped, so we are ready to get these applied. To apply them, I am just going to be using a glue gel in a bottle here. And then I also do have my Flash Cure Light, which for my toenails, I actually like to pop it off of the stand just because I find it easier. And then I also do start with the pinky nail. I'm just going to let these dry just a little bit longer. Okay, so now that I let these set up just a little bit more, I'm going to take my glue gel. We're gonna start with the pinky. This is always the hardest because it is the smallest. And I am going to go in and apply a layer of gel to the nail tip. And I'm just painting it on pretty much the entire nail tip, just not all the way up to the free edge. And then I will just add a little bit more gel to that cuticle area just to be sure I'm going to have enough gel to fully cover my natural nail. Now I will say, toenails are generally small, especially the pinky toenail, so you really do not need much gel whatsoever. Another thing that you guys are probably questioning is that because these are pre-colored, why am I using gel? But these are actually intended to be applied using gel, and I did forget to mention that in the beginning, so let me pull one out here because I want to show you all that you can see through this pre-coloring very well. It is not opaque whatsoever. It does have like that, I want to say like jelly transparent look, like where you can see through that. And this is going to be perfect for using these with gel because the light will be able to reach through and fully cure. Now this light here, this is only for my Flash Cure, just to be able to hold the nail tips in place while applying the rest of them. But then once I do have them all applied, I will go into my large full powered nail lamp and do a full 60-second cure, just to be sure that the gel is fully cured. But because these are intended to be applied using gel, you do not have any worries about the gel not fully curing. I've used pre-colored nail tips from Novo Ovo before, and I have never had any issues with any like uncured gel. It is always fully cured for me when doing my Flash Cures and then using a full powered nail lamp to do a full cure. So I'm just going to get all of these toenail tips applied, doing my Flash Cure, and then I'll pop my foot into my large nail lamp and do a full 60-second cure. And I'll just repeat the same process with all of the nails, applying the gel and then applying them and Flash Curing. So here are the toenails after I have them all applied. Now let's just remove these little tabs, and then also taking my hand file just to crisp up the shape, the free edge of the nails. These tabs are also super easy to remove. You just kind of twist them and they come right off. Now let's go in and file. I'm going to take my dust brush to remove the nail dust. And to protect the French tip and pre-coloring, also to just add a little extra strength to the nails, I am going to go in with my 5-in-1 strengthening gel, apply a layer of this to all of the nails, and then I will cure. I'm now going to go in with my Diamond Shine Top Coat Gel, go in with a layer of this to all of the nails, and then cure. So here are how the toenails are looking. I love them. The beautiful French tip, the beautiful pre-coloring with the fine little glitters. These are gorgeous. But I feel like I always just apply the toenail tips and then I don't do anything with them. But you definitely can. You can go in with nail art, stickers, charms, rhinestones, whatever you really want to do, you can do with these toenails. I feel like I've always left them plain, but today I'm gonna step out of my comfort zone a little bit and we're going to add some rhinestones to these nails. So I just have my rhinestones and then my Stay Put jewelry gel. I'm going to apply them flash cure, and then once I have them all applied, I'll go into my large full powered nail lamp and do a full cure. So here are my toenails after I have the rhinestones applied and cured. I also did go ahead and do the exact same thing on my right foot, and now my toenails look absolutely gorgeous. It is crazy the difference from like the before and after. Now I just do not want to stop looking at my toenails. The difference is insane, and how quick and easy it was to do these toenails. I recommend them 100%. They are amazing. I'm now going to go in with my cuticle oil. I'm going to apply this to my cuticles, rub that in to nourish them, and of course, like I always say, top off the nail set. And here is the finishing look for how these turned out. I feel like the rhinestones were the perfect touch. I'm also really loving this new base color from Novo Ovo. It's hard to see on camera, but in person, the like little fine glitter that's in with the base color, it is perfection. Also, this color is also very gorgeous, and I feel like it would go with a lot of different skin tones. Again, these were so quick and easy to apply. I honestly did it the hard way by having my foot hiked up on my nail desk, so it does take me a little bit longer with filming, but when I was doing my other foot, it was a lot easier because I was able to be in a little bit more of a comfortable position. I know doing your own toenails, it can be a little challenging and difficult, but the result in the end always turns out absolutely amazing. And I love doing my own toenails because it really does save me a lot of time and money. I will have the products that I did use linked down below in the description box in case you guys do want to pick anything up for yourselves. I really hope you guys did enjoy today's video, but as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.